Hey guys, I'm Angela and welcome back to Hobby Night. This week, the Death Guard Codex came out and I am so excited about it, but we're gonna hold off on talking about it until Monday when we do a full review. For now, we're gonna talk about all of those beautiful new minis that Games Workshop previewed to us this week, because there's some really cool stuff, there's some stuff that I was not expecting, and there are some things that I am absolutely getting and there's no one that will stop me.
God Emperor, hear our prayer. Watch over us as we prepare for battle. Though we are few and our enemies many, we shall not falter. By your grace, we will shatter the mutant, the heretic, the Xenos. By your grace, we will cleanse every dark corner of the stars. Grant us the gift of your wrath. God Emperor, hear our prayer.
Terminator Sisters. The Paragon engine was the first of the reveals this weekend from Games Workshop for 40k, and oh my god. Okay, so first, I want to talk about the stained glass animation that they had leading up to it because I thought it was gorgeous. I thought it was incredibly thematically appropriate. I really appreciate the fact that Games Workshop has been taking time to actually curate their animations leading up to their product lines, because there's a couple other ones in this week's news that we'll talk about in a little bit that I also really liked, but they're totally different and I dig that style. So first, the stained glass stuff was great. Then they revealed the actual freaking mini and I lost my shit. I at first was like, oh my god, it's a Terminator, it's Terminator Sisters, and I still believe that. But then I was looking at it more, and one, I have a couple of questions, but the main thing that I love about it is her shoulders. I am obsessed with how just glorious those shoulders are on her, because they remind me of the War Dogs from the Knights collection, and I just, they took them off of them and they just stuck them on a sister, and they gave her really long legs, which my question is, where are her feet in that? Because I assume she's on a wedge or a platform or something, so her feet are angled, because I don't otherwise know where her leg would be in that, considering it's an exoskeleton that she's wearing, much like the Grey Knights, baby carriers and everything. But frankly, sorry Grey Knights, much cooler than that. And I just, she's so cool. I cannot wait for that mini. I'm absolutely going to be painting one of those up. I want 12 of them. I do. I don't know why that number sticks in my head. I want 12 of them. I'm not getting that many, but it's glorious. I think she's amazing. It was a great start to what it was a wonderful preview. So let's go ahead and jump into some more things.
You might get 12.
I mean, I would love to get 12.
I mean, is she a character or is she a unit?
I'm hoping she's a unit because I just want her running in front of a bunch of penitent engines, and I just, I want 12.
Yeah, I think you're gonna be able to get a few.
I want at least 3. Can I run them as a unit of 3?
Oh,
I'd like that, because they have a bunch of options for their weapons and stuff, which we didn't even talk about. Oh my gosh, we're not ending yet. They have a bunch of options for their weapons. We've got I think there was a heavy bolter, a heavy flamer, and a multi-melta, which is, the holy trinity of the Adeptus Sororitas. So super awesome for that. Definitely I have to get 3 now. I hope they come in a kit of 3. I don't know why I'm assuming that it's actually a singular kit. I assume it probably won't be, but I want many, and I'm excited to have many loadouts for them, and it's very, very cool. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
Oh, hey, didn't see you guys there. Well, while you're here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video.
I am so excited for Killteam Pariah Nexus because not only are we finally getting some minis that had sort of been leaked to us and previewed to us previously by Games Workshop, and they're finally going to be available, but we're getting rules, like new updated rules for Killteam, which we have been waiting for a long time, and I'm actually really excited for those 48 pieces of Necron terrain that are coming in this set because we run Necron in this household, and I already have a variety of other Necron terrain and like other stuff to basically build a table out. And now with this edition, I can have like a fully Xeno table, and that makes me so happy because I'm really tired of running like missions on purely Imperial tables. So I'm very excited for that. But let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about what's actually coming in this box and what we're getting, because there's some cool stuff. So none of it is, I believe, core. No, I think it's core. But let me back up a little bit. Flayed ones, because this is the thing that I'm really the most excited about all this stuff. We're getting some brand new plastic Necron Flayed ones, and I love them. They have a very like Edward Scissorhands slash, you know when people have those like really outrageously long nails and they get like kind of freaky and like wig people out? They look like that to me, and I adore it. Like, it is the perfect level of, ooh, I don't want to get close to that I want out of Flayed ones. And they just, oh, it's so good. Plus, we're getting the new Chronomancer Crypt Tech, which is cool, with the one holding the box, which is really, really neat. I don't know how useful he'll be to the way that like my husband runs his Necrons, because we were talking about this a little bit, but it's a really cool mini. I'm definitely excited that it's in the kit. And then of course we're getting all of the Space Marine stuff. We're getting the Heavy Intercessors finally, which I think got like potato cam leaked like 4 months ago or something like that. So we finally know where they are, how you can get them and everything. And we're also getting a Heavy Bolt Rifle Captain, I believe. So all of this is very, very cool. It's gonna focus on close quarter combat for the game. So it's gonna be very much like that Warcry set that we got a little while ago. I think it was Tombs and Catacombs, where it had a bunch of doors and everything in that as well. So it's sort of in that same theme for their skirmish games. I think that's pretty neat. And I'm glad to see that we're getting stuff for Killteam. It's been a very underloved product from GW, especially through 2020. So I'm really hoping that this is the sort of start of a new push for them. Let me know if you guys are hoping that too, because I know previously there were definitely some people out there who were really big Killteam fans. Are you guys hyped for this? Because I know I am. It's time to discuss the Gods of War. That's right, Adeptus Titanicus is getting a brand new mini, and it is their biggest yet. It is the War Master Titan, a heavy battle titan. It looks amazing. I really like it. The thing that had me the most interested in this, because Adeptus Titanicus is not a game that I play, but the thing that actually I thought that was the coolest when they were talking about this game is it's based off, like this particular sculpt is apparently based off of, and I'm looking down at my notes here for a second because I want to make sure I get the name of the book correct, but it's based off of a sketch from the Gothic and the Eldritch art book by Jess Goodwin, which I looked up after the reveal of this mini and going like, wow, that is really cool looking. I love the detail. It's awesome that like, this I think is the biggest one that they've had for this, but I'm really interested in this art book, and now I found something that I probably will have to find for myself because it looks really cool. But that is not the only great thing about this new mini. The other really cool thing about it is it's introducing, or I don't know if it's introducing, but one of the things that they talked about was they're going to be introducing rules for Titanicus that introduce the Horus Heresy into it. So the first book that they revealed is going to be about the the Loyal Legions, and then they're going to have one, I assume later on, and they didn't say like any details about this obviously, but I assume that that means we're going to also be getting a Chaos one in the future, which I, for one, am very, very excited about. Honestly, the Loyalist one is really cool too, because the Horus Heresy is just like a fascinating time period, and hence why they keep focusing on it so much. But I think this is all very awesome. That mini looks super rad, and I am going to have to find myself that art book. I have never wanted to buy a Lumineth Realm Lord mini more in my life than I do now because of that foxalope. I think he's a foxalope because he kind of has a little bit of an antelope vibe and a little bit of a fox vibe because he's got a little bit of tail. If you look at the mask, it's a little bit more of a fox snout with some like ears behind it, but those definitely feel sort of like antelope-ish ears and or horns and everything, and legs and all of that. And it is so cool. I also want to talk about, I want to look at the name real quick because he did have a name. I actually saved the picture to check and see what his name was because I thought it was really cool. Severanth, Lord of the Seventh Wind, which is interesting. I wonder where the other 6 are. But he's really cool. In addition to him, earlier this week on Warhammer Community's website, they revealed pictures of, I don't actually remember off the top of my head the name of them, so forgive me, but they revealed these rider units for the Lumineth Realm Lords as well that are this weird sort of antelope kangaroo combination thing that I actually really, really liked. Like, that was the inkling to the fact that I'd really like the mini that was revealed today or this weekend, is that I really liked those guys as well, because if you have ever watched the Ghibli film Princess Mononoke, just imagine them as Ashitaka riding Yakul like into the distance, and it's just perfect. And I love them and I want them. And then they gave us the fox god antelope creature thing, and it's all really cool. I like this direction that they're going with other types of horn styles, other types of animal mixing in and everything like that. Honestly, I don't even mind so much that they're elves anymore and how it still doesn't quite like in my brain connect one to one. But at this point, I don't care because the minis are just spectacular, and not even just from I like them because I think they're kind of cute animals and it works for me on like just an aesthetic level, but I want to talk really briefly about just the level of craftsmanship GW has been able to accomplish with their minis as they've progressed in making them and everything. Because if you look at the one main antelope guy who's on like a single paw, like it's a single point that connects it to the base and everything else is like floating essentially, or at least that's the way it looks. And then if you look at the Lord of the Seventh Wind, he bleeds into the tornado that is actually the support structure for him down really well. And it's seamless. And if you look at even like Slambo, for example, because he's relatively relevant to this channel right now because I recently painted him, that miniature had like weird whatever was going on at the joints where his elbows were near his body because of limitations of where like sculpting was. And just, oh my God, the sculpts are just gorgeous and I can't get over them. But that's not the only thing that we have to talk about, because we got that reveal, of course. But then we also are getting the next book for the Broken Realms that is called Techless. This is a continuation of, I think, not a continuation like a follow-up specifically, but it's in that same series of books that the Marathi book was a while ago, where it is going to be following Techless. I think he's getting fed up with Nagash, so there's going to be lore stuff in there, there's going to be rule stuff in there. It's very similar to what they did for Psychic Awakening for Warhammer 40k, but just the Age of Sigmar version. So that's the next book reveal, which is really cool. And then we got another couple of a book reveal, as well as some spells, some living spells, and my God, are they freaking amazing! The Hand of Cain.
The bloody hand of Kailamantia Cain!
Ah, the bloody Hand of Cain! Oh, it's so cool. So we got, let me stop freaking out about the bloody Hand of Cain, because there's also a bloody snake and some bloody daggers, and all of them look really cool, and I definitely have to get that kit. I don't even play Age of Sigmar. I have zero use whatsoever for those figures, but gosh darn it, I need that hand. We're getting the Daughters of Cain living spells or eternal spells. I can't remember specifically what they're called now, but we're getting that box as well as a new battle tome for them. So that's really cool. I find it very interesting, considering all of the stuff that Marathi has been doing in my very limited understanding of it, that where she's doing like her power play and everything, that she's still considered Order. Like, I mean, I guess she's lawful evil, right? Like that's what it is she's lawful evil. So I get it, fine, I understand. But it still confuses me and like makes me go, that really just doesn't fit. But I like those spells. I like that foxalope. The book is cool. I'm just, there's some really good minis coming, you guys, and there's not enough time to paint them all. They're perfect. I love everything about them. So I'm going to reveal something to you that you may not know about me, but any of my friends who watch this channel definitely do. I love vampires. I have been obsessed with vampires since I was like 8 and like watched Buffy for the first time, and I love the next set for Warhammer Underworlds. I am incredibly pleased that my guess was spot on, that it was a vampire set. I don't even have words. I'm like literally struggling to find words. So they have all new names, but let's face it, they really, really just feel like the it's the Von Karsteins, like reincarnated to a little bit, with minus Isabella, because the woman character is definitely not Isabella. I do want to talk about her in a little bit because I think she's really cool. But like, I forget the main guy's name off the top of my head.
Conrad von Karstein.
He's basically Conrad. I mean, the red armor, the Dragon Knight. I mean, even in the video when they were live streaming talking about these, they're like, oh yes, they have like, there's definitely the old world Dragon Knight feel. And then we're like, yeah, no, of course it is. Look at them. It's Conrad. It's also Manfred. Like, I feel like that is definitely Manfred. All of them are perfect. The woman, let's get back to her. So she's actually one of my favorites because she's an encouraging sign to me for where they might want to be going with the vampires going into Age of Sigmar, because they are sort of changing things and like dropping the old world, but then like shoving it back into our faces. So I've played a ton of Total War Warhammer 2, and I absolutely love the Vampire Coast. She feels so Vampire Coast to me. Like, between her being a duelist and having like the dual cutlasses, basically, her outfit, like, of all of those minis, she is the one that's like, nope, she's a swashbuckler and she belongs on a pirate ship, please. I would like more of that. I would love more of that. Like, if you did another, and I don't even care if it's just like in Underworlds, I would love just more swashbuckling pirate vampires. I also want more of this other direction that you're going with the other 3 like male figures in there. I'm also curious to see the tie-in to like the other vampire reveal that we got this week, because there was one other vampire reveal that has nothing to do with this set, but it's also like very much within theme of what we saw on this reveal and everything. And I just, vampires, I love them. I'm getting it. You will definitely be seeing me painting them on the channel. I don't know which one. Let me know in the comments which one you would prefer to see me paint. Maybe I'll make a poll or something. I'm very excited about them. I cannot wait. I have been excited for every single Underworlds kit that they've been releasing so far. This is definitely by far like the best one. I don't think that the next one, which I think is definitely Feral Orcs, which is very cool, it's not gonna hit a sweet spot for me. Like, I really, really like these vampire minis.
Evil lies at the heart of Ulfan Khan. This once great city is now a charnel house. Its people are enslaved, brutalized, and harvested. Their broken bodies raised up to serve the city's cruel master in death. We will not allow this desecration to continue. Know this, Wolf. You are not the first monster we have hunted.
Okay, so we talked about the Sisters animation earlier. Let's now talk about the Cursed Cities animation, because I love it. It is so up my style. It is a nice blend of like Darkest Dungeon and like a little bit of like Mike Mignola and like Hellboy, and like it really, really speaks to my comic book background. I love the heavy texture black and white with single color. It worked perfect. And then it revealed the miniature and what this game is actually going to, well, I mean, they didn't really reveal that much of the game other than it's Warhammer Quest, and which means it's going to be very similar to, say, like Blackstone Fortress and that kind of thing, which I'm super hyped for because I really like Blackstone Fortress, but I'm way more interested in a fantasy horror version of Blackstone Fortress. This is like, so like, if you notice my back wall, I have a lot of horror-themed board games. Mansions of Madness is one of my favorite horror board games, and it's a cooperative game, which this feels like it's going to be. I definitely think it's going to, because Warhammer Quest tends to be cooperative. I expect there will also be potentially a solo play. We don't actually know, but I suspect there will be. I think Blackstone Fortress has one, so that's cool. But thematically, this game is so up my alley. I cannot wait to find out more about it. I can't wait for more of the miniatures to be revealed, because the two that they showed us one hero character and one like antagonist character or villain character, and both of them are spectacular. Let's talk about the hero character first. It's a witch hunter. It is a witch hunter. I love it. I love everything about it. He has so much stuff on him. He has so many weapons on him, which makes me just so pleased. Like, he is decked out and it's perfect. And then we got the reveal of one of the villain characters, which I don't remember the name of off the top of my head. And he looks amazing too. So we just had, prior to this, the Underworld like discussion about vampires. I don't know if he is specifically a vampire. I assume he's some sort of other like necromantic undead creature, or a necromancer himself maybe, or whatever. I don't care. He looks amazing. I love the spade weapon. I think it is just, I love when they do thematic stuff like that. I think his name is, he's like a gravekeeper. I think gravekeeper is in the name. And that's why he has the spade, so it's very appropriate. I like to imagine that he's like digging up corpses to send after the heroes, and then burying the corpse or the heroes as they're like dying on the ground, just going grr, 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 get in the ground, and then raises them up later to like go and hunt more things. That's what I imagine for him. I want more. I want so much more, please. I want to know more about this game. I want it on my table so that I can play it, and I want to just be able to look at those minis, because we talked earlier in this video about just absolutely gorgeous sculpts. They continue it, and I want so much more. Please, GW, let me know more information about this game, and preferably when I can order it, because that would be absolutely swell. All right, that has been our look at this week's Warhammer news. There was a lot of goodies that were revealed to us this week. I absolutely am excited for a lot of them. You'll probably see a number of them on the channel for painting videos or unboxings, or just hearing me talk about them some more, because I'm very, very hyped. And if you want to hear about how hyped I am about, like, say, you know, this Death Guard stuff that I've got next to me, make sure that you check back on Monday for my full Death Guard Codex review. I am very much looking forward to it. I have been reading through it, and there are some very exciting things in there. I'm sure you guys are all very much aware, but I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like the video, to share it, to subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and if you want to follow me for more hobby goodness, make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at hobby_night. I've been Angela, you've been watching Hobby Night, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.